Okay, one and all. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. And it's a good evening from Alice Springs, Northern Territory, Australia. This is Murray Stewart, your host, and this is Blind Magic in Alice Springs, episode 901. Okay, post-strokes. Yes, if you have been a victim of a stroke, then it's time perhaps to accept the new you. That's right, the new you. You know, as a part of our recovery, we start thinking about what we can get back to, what we can challenge. And that means we expose ourselves to understanding more about where we are truly at post our stroke episode. So this is what I have done. This is where I am at. And this is what I have learnt. Okay, so I do have frontal lobe damage. I know that. I have been diagnosed as a result of my strokes with a permanent brain injury. And that's okay. All good. I found it very, very hard at first to accept that I did have deficits, but I've come to learn as I have expanded my repertoire of things that I want to achieve, getting out there again, coaching the athletes, doing these podcasts, putting together my workshops, etc. In challenging all of these things, I've come to learn more about my deficits. I speak slower than I used to. That is true. In fact, when I get anxious, I even have a stutter. I do. And now that I'm back out coaching the athletes, I've come to understand that the oval that I know as Head Street Ronda Diano Oval, where I coach, is a very different place. My workplace is a very different place. Even my own home is a very different place. Yes, my spatial awareness is not as it was previous to strokes. And so every day I'm battling very, very hard to overcome these deficits. But it isn't easy, and there are times where it does get me down. First to confess to that, 100% I confess to that. So what do I do in relation to how do I approach acceptance of these deficits? Well, that's the key. You need to accept the new you. Yes, you do. So I guess for me, it's about understanding that I will never ever be as confident, as aware, and even as capable as I was previous to strokes. No, I will never be that person again. But now that I am challenging getting back to who I was, although I will never get there, I am virtually designing a whole new person, a brand new me. Yes, that's what I'm doing. And that's almost exciting. Frightening in some ways, but also very, very exciting. So what we need to do post our strokes is not dwell on what was, but celebrate on who we now are. Accept our deficits and embrace the new person that we can and will become. And that's what I'm doing right now. As I said, I have had my challenging times, particularly when coaching the kids. I found, and I am finding it very, very difficult as we speak to accept that I'm not as confident and therefore capable at what is now a new facility to me. Ronda Diano Oval is a different place because my understanding of it as both a vision impaired and also a brain damaged person is very, very different. It is. What I knew before, I don't know now. And so I'm having to retrace my steps and learn that oval over again, almost as if I've never been there before. And in doing so, I'm using the neuroplasticity of my brain to develop a new understanding of the space in which I'm working in. And I'm doing the same at work as I have done even in my own home. Yeah, everything is so different to what it was. The strokes have profoundly affected my understanding of the world around me. But I'm so bloody determined, folks. I'm so damn determined to get this sorted so I can continue to achieve and to do not only what I want to do, but also what I need to do. I'm also finding that one of the best ways to overcome your deficits is to be honest with those around you. I'm beginning to open up to my support team about my challenges, and therefore I will get them to relay information to me in a different way. Yes, they will need to not only be my eyes, but also in some ways to be my brain. So it's a new challenge for them. But I'm so determined to get this right. And if we work as a team long enough, then maybe, just maybe, I can get back very, very close to who I used to be and who I was very comfortable with and proud of. I can be proud once again. I can achieve once again. I can, I will, and I must. And so can you. If you're in the same position as me, so can you. There's so much we don't know about the human brain. And wow, is it challenged when you receive a stroke. My strokes were quite significant, particularly the one that I had when I was on the surgical table during my quintuple bypass after the heart attack. The plaque that the machine cut whilst the surgeon was performing the quintuple bypass, it floated up into my brain and caused a very significant stroke. And I figure that that is the one that's causing the numbness on the left side of my body and causing me to speak a little slower and with a stutter occasionally when I get anxious, and is leading to my lack of spatial awareness in the places that I used to know so well. And I have to say, and not complaining about this, it's just a fact, as a vision impaired person, those awareness issues only need to be slightly affected and you are affected in a major way. I wonder how you're affected after your stroke. Don't be hard on yourself. No, just accept the new you and work with the neuroplasticity of your brain to develop brand new pathways to a brand new future. I've said previously that I'm challenging Italian. I intend challenging more languages. I've got myself a piano. I need to get back to these things. I've been a little lazy at the moment, I have to say, but I am going to get back to these things because I know that what I am challenging is stretching the boundaries and creating new neuropathways, which is opening up a new future for the new me. That's right, a new future for the new me. So the same thing can happen for you. A new future for the new you. Good luck and celebrate every step forward you take. This has been episode 901, a Blind Magic Communications production.